everyone, I'm Savannah and this is Uniscent. We are all about fragrances. We do fragrance reviews, hauls, comparisons, collections, niche, designer, and Middle Eastern fragrances. Today I'll be reviewing Dandy from Penhaligons. So this is one of the first Penhaligons fragrances that I'm reviewing. I'm not super familiar with the brand. I know of the brand, but I don't know many of their fragrances, and I just happened to get this sample. So I thought to myself, why don't we review it, see how it goes, and see how it smells. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turn post notifications on, and let's jump in. So first of all, the bottle is really pretty to me. I really like the bottle. I like most of Penhaligons bottles. Some of them I'm not a massive fan of, but most of them I find them really pretty and really interesting. So I really like this bottle. So if we jump into the notes, in the top we have raspberry, citron, and bergamot. In the mid we have oak, whiskey, and cedarwood. And in the base we have patchouli and cedarwood. So this to me, when I read these notes, it kind of made me think that it was going to be a woody fragrance with a little bit of fruitiness and booziness. So that's kind of what I got when I read the notes. And I was correct in thinking that. So there is fruits off the top. You can pick up the bergamot, the raspberry, and the citron. But overall, this is a woody, boozy scent, 100%. It's unisex, but I would say that it leans feminine. So for me, it's not a sexy fragrance, but it kind of feels like it's trying to be a dark fragrance, but it's just not quite there. But it is trying to be a dark fragrance. So the boozy aspect does come through quite a bit initially, and then it fades pretty quickly. And for me, I just feel like the booze is not enough. Like it's just not enough booze. I want it to be a little bit more boozy. So that kind of let me down a little bit. There is a slight creaminess in the dry down. And the sweetness from this fragrance, I think, comes from the raspberry, mainly. So the way I feel about this fragrance is, it's bordering on something great, but it's just not quite there. I don't know if it's missing a note or two, but I just feel like it's incomplete. Unfortunately, that's just what I'm getting from this fragrance, and it did disappoint me. So this fragrance is really good with layering, and it layers really nicely with boozy fragrances like Angel Share and Sugar Addict. Sugar Addict and this fragrance layer beautifully, actually. It is a beautiful scent when you layer those two. But are you wanting to spend that much money on a fragrance that you can only layer with? Personally, I wouldn't. So for me, I wouldn't recommend this fragrance just because it's not quite hitting the mark. Like, I do think it's a nice scent, but it's quite underwhelming. It also has poor performance, unfortunately. So I get about 5 hours with this fragrance with soft projection. So for me, the way I think about this fragrance when I smell it is, the initial spray seems so promising and you get so excited. And then as it starts drying down, you end up just getting left so disappointed because it just doesn't live up to what you think it's going to when you spray the initial spray. So for me, it's just not scratching that itch, and I don't recommend this fragrance. If you were to buy this fragrance, I don't think that it's blind buy safe, just because it has an interesting woody, boozy aspect to it, but it's just not enough. Like it's just missing something. I don't know what it's missing, but it's just missing something. I think it needs more booze, but I think there's other aspects that are missing as well. But let me know your thoughts. If you think differently, if you disagree with me, then please let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys and hear your side. If you think this is a wonderful fragrance, then please let me know. Let me know why. And maybe you'll change my mind. You know, things are so subjective with fragrances. It's not a everyone thinks the same thing. Everyone has their own opinion on each fragrance. Someone may love something and the other person may hate it. So don't take my opinion as the be all and end all. It's just a personal opinion. So that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Unfortunately, this wasn't a fragrance for me, but I do have to be honest in my fragrance reviews with you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be authentic. So unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. Not everything is positive, positive, positive. There is a few negatives here and there. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Please drop a comment down below with your thoughts. I'll see you next time. Bye!